So, essay number 3. Let's start in the back. What points did you give it?
5.
You gave it 5. Why did you give it 5 points?
It has, we think it has thesis statement and samples, but it's lack of the explanations.
Did anyone score differ than the group? Any scores differ than the group? Okay. All right, you guys over here. What score did you give it? Okay, so why did you give it 3 and why did you give it 4? Hey guys, I need you to be quiet when I'm listening, guys. All right? Thank you. Yes. Mm-hmm.
The document they he writes it in a explanation.
Okay.
And it describes very little, only 1 to 2 pages.
Okay. All right. And how come you gave it a 4 up front and not a 3? Oh, you gave it a 3. Oh, okay. Oh, but you gave it a 4.
Yeah.
You gave it a 4. You gave it a 3. Okay. So why'd you take off 1 more point? What is it? What do you think is missing from that essay? Okay.
And also more complex understanding.
Okay. Cool. You guys over here, what score did you give it as a group? 4. Anyone differ than 4? Why'd you give it a 3?
I only think it has the first one, second one, and the third one, which is the context, thesis, and some of the
Okay. Up here, what'd you guys give it? What's the group score and what's the individual score?
3.
3? Did you guys differ from 3? Okay. Let me go up here. What's your group score? 4. Anyone differ than 4? And then the last group. 4. Anyone differ than 4? Okay. So, I already told you the first score, and now I'm going to tell you the other score, and I'm going to show you what the AP Reader thought. So,
Well, there's 8.
it's a different format, don't worry. Yeah. So, the first one, they gave it a 5. First one that we talked about today, they gave it a 5. This is what they said. This is a well-written essay that correctly discusses the Puritan way throughout and utilizes a range of outside information, such as the idea that everyone in the community was to work together, and the fact that there was a lack of religious tolerance, as well as mentioning Anne Hutchinson, Rhode Island, the halfway covenant. So those are terms that they got from outside sources. So from here. It attempts to provide a balanced analysis of the 3 areas of development: political, economic, and social. So it tries to get to that point. It's not there yet, but it tries to get to that point. So it's not, and maybe it's not as complex as I wanted it to be, but it's getting there. The last one you just worked on was a 3. It was a 3. This is what it says. This essay contains a limited thesis and unevenly uses some documents. So it kind of uses it a little bit, but it doesn't go any further than just uses the documents, offering very minimal relevant outside information. This person probably didn't know the time period, which means you don't get a point for contextualization, which means you probably don't get a point for complex understanding. So you already lose 2 points there. They lost a point for supports and analysis. That's another 2 points. So now you're down to 3. So there's a thesis. They gave them a point for a thesis. They gave them a point for the documents, but that's probably pretty much it. So they were probably being kind of nice. Like, I guess there was some understanding, so they probably said, okay, we'll just give, maybe it was like a 2.5-ish. So they probably just give them a 3 to kind of be a little bit nice there. But once again, so you guys were pretty much close to the exact point total. Now comes the fun part. Now it's your turn. Now you get the right one. Oh, yeah. You get the right one. Now, this will be in lieu of an exam. I will not give you a test on the next 2 chapters that we have, because your DBQ will be your test. You will be allowed to use your textbook, of course, because you'll have it on you. So I'm going to give you a DBQ question based on the chapters that you guys are reading right now, the 2 chapters you need to read right now, and that will help you with your essay. So you'll be able to use your notes and the PPTs that I gave you to help you write your essay. And now that you have all this in front of you, hopefully the average score will be about a 5, because you'll have everything you need in front of you to guide you. So that's the point. That's why I went outside for a second. I'm printing out the DBQ right now. But the point here is your next test is the DBQ itself. So you have a week to complete this assignment. And that's ample time. If you think about it, typically you have 55 minutes to do this. So you have a week to, bring in outside sources, use the documents I'm going to give you, write a clear thesis, and hopefully through all that it becomes more complex. You'll show that you understand the material. That's the point here. So your next test is the DBQ. It'll be due this time next week. Yes.
We write it during the class.
Well, we will take a little bit of time here and there. Like if you want some clarification, if you want some time, you want to ask me questions. I told the class yesterday, I told the English class yesterday that I had, guys, you know what the most important things that you need to do to be an effective student in the classroom? What do you guys think that is? Well, look, listen, yeah. Notes, yeah. Discuss, yeah. Read, definitely, yeah. I thought the most important thing of that entire conversation I had, which they actually did not realize, ask questions. Like, no one realized that I was trying to get them, like, everything else they said was good, but the one thing they did not realize is, like, guys, you gotta ask questions. Like, if you don't know something, ask. Like, you look dumb if you don't ask questions. Because if a test comes up, and you're like, I wish I'd asked that question 2 years ago about that thing that I wanted to talk about, now no. Like, that's the problem. Like, people are afraid to ask. Dude, why am I here? To answer your questions. They don't pay me to teach you guys. You can easily just go online and look up this stuff for crying out loud. Like, they pay me so that you guys can discuss, and then if you have any questions, I'm here to ask you. You can put a dummy in front of this room, and he's got a mouth that opens up and like, hi, my name is Mr. Evans. And I'm like, dude, that's easy. Like, all this stuff that you see that I talk about in class, you can find on the internet. I'm here to help you when you don't understand something. Like, that's why I hate ATM machines. ATM machines can't answer your questions but about your card. You know your bank card? Those who have a bank card? Like, if you have a problem with your bank card, your ATM machine is not going to help you out. You got to go into the building and ask the question, right? That's how it works out. So the goal here is to use me to help you write your essay. Because remember, when the test happens, I'm not there for you. So let's have the questions now so you don't have them later. So the printout should be finishing up pretty soon, so I'm going to give you that copy once again. Your next test for chapter 22-23 is this. That's what it is. It's the end of the Civil War and Reconstruction and in the Gilded Age. This is your test, guys. So once again, you will prove to me that you know the material by what you put in your essay. Because a lot of the stuff is in chapter 22 or 23. That's the point I'm getting at. That's your test. If you just give me a very bland one, then I know you guys didn't read that well. Like you didn't put any information from the textbook in here? So that's the point. So your next test is the DBQ, okay? It should be finishing up. Yeah, I'm going to get it right now so I can give you a copy of it. But that's your next test. We're going to, of course, we're going to go over the chapters over the next couple of days, but that's your test. That's your next one, okay? This time next week.